Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon native tank, and I just came in to get everybody fed some dinner tonight, and I looked over, I noticed something a little out of place, and when I looked a little more closely at it, it is what I thought it was. It's a piece of crayfish. That's the carapace, or the back plate, I guess you would call it, of a crayfish shell. So upon closer inspection, I noticed over there you can see the tail lying on that rock, but that is not the torn off tail of a crayfish with, flesh and meat still in it. And this carapace is just that. It's an empty carapace. It is not a chunk of crayfish. So what that tells me is somebody in here has sloughed. And now that I'm looking around, we can see a little set of claws sticking out right there. Somebody's doing a little bit of housekeeping, getting some rocks out of their cave. But I'm pretty sure somebody in here has sloughed. And if that's the case, then we've either got... Let's see if this Chinese algae eater gets spooked by that crayfish or not. I'm wondering what that crayfish is eventually going to do. There we go. I was wondering when he was going to move eventually. So that's two crayfish right there. And I'm guessing one probably still lives down in this little cave, although I haven't seen one sticking its face out of there in a while. But if one of the crayfish did slough, as I keep trying to get to, that means it's going to be very, very soft meat in the tank. And that not necessarily means it's still in there. Once it sloughs, it's pretty much got to get into some hiding, and it's got to do it quickly, because even the most, toothless little fish in there can just remove chunks of them when they've sloughed. They're really, really soft meat after they slough. They've got to go and find a place to hide for several days before their shell sort of calcifies and hardens. I think it has to do with the oxygen in the water, and being exposed to the dissolved oxygen is actually what causes the hardness to develop. And it takes a couple of days for that to fully calcify. And again, during that time, they're extremely vulnerable, especially when they first slough. So, in a little confined area like this, it's not like they have a lot of places they can go and safely slough and then head for safety. I've never managed to get one on video actually sloughing, but it's not, like taking their socks off and walking away. It takes a little bit of time and effort, and they're very vulnerable while this process is going on. Hopefully one day I will be lucky enough to walk in while it's happening, and I'll be able to grab my camera and actually get a look at one of these animals during their slough. So that's all that was supposed to be. It was just a quick update to give everybody the heads up that there is a softshell crayfish in the tank right now, or at least there was at one point. I don't know if it's still in there or not, and that's kind of the point of the video. So make sure you're subscribed. Apparently the crayfish are going to get more active, and once I start, catching some more down the stream, they're not very active, in the outdoors just yet. It's still a little chilly in the season, but once they become more active, we'll be collecting them up, and we'll be doing a little more stuff with putting some crayfish in this tank, and the drama will increase. So again, if you're subscribed, you won't miss any of that. So thanks for watching this one. Don't forget, this one is my 125 gallon native tank. I'll see you real soon in the next one.